Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. It's going to last approximately 15 minutes. If you've got any questions at the end, feel free to pop me a message and I'll do my best to answer them. Just a little bit about me. I've been a consultant for almost 8 years, and in that time I've helped a lot of people lose a significant amount of weight, and I'll be sharing some of their stories later. So what's it all about and why you're here? Well, maybe you want to lose some weight yourself, or you're perhaps looking at finding out more information on behalf of somebody else. But what I'd like to think is by the end of this presentation, you'll have a better understanding of the diet so that you can make a good decision for yourself or for somebody else on whether it's the right thing for you. So our diet is a 6-step program that's been developed over 35 years. The whole plan is based on what we call the 3 Ps. So that's the plans, the product, and the people, as in the consultant. I'm going to go into more detail on these elements shortly. So here's a brief overview of that first P, the plans. You'll see on the left-hand side that we've got the lower calorie and stricter plans that tend to be the most popular, and they achieve very fast, significant results. So we've got these lower ones here. On the right-hand side, this is where we start to have less meal replacements and more conventional foods. The latter are typically used for those who aren't very active, perhaps haven't got a large amount of weight to lose, or for those that are looking to do their maintenance after losing a bigger amount of weight on the lower steps. So before I go into detail on each step, it's helpful if I tell you that each product is 200 calories. So that makes it nice, easy maths for you. So step 1 is our strictest plan and involves only consuming our meal replacements. The dieter would have either 3 meal replacements, which would be 600 calories, or 4 meal replacements, which would be 800 calories. How many products or meal replacements the diet has is dependent on several factors such as their gender, their lifestyle, their height, and their budget. This is our most effective plan, however, it does require some serious willpower. You might have noticed on the previous slide that there was a column titled TDR. I'll just flick back for you. So this column here, TDR. And so that stands for total diet replacement, which is actually even lower calorie, just 450 to 600 calories a day. Again, this is very effective for those who really struggle to shift the weight. For instance, those that have perhaps got an underactive thyroid or polycystic ovaries. Step 1 is great for somebody who doesn't really enjoy cooking and struggles for time to food prep, or doesn't really want to be doing calorie counting or weighing out food. In most cases, a dieter can expect to lose around 1 stone a month on this plan. So step 2, our next step, our next plan, which is 800 calories, and is personally my favourite step and the one that I lost my weight on. I like this plan because it gives fantastic results, but it's just a little bit more practical and doable as you get a small low carbohydrate meal in the evening to enjoy, which is great if you want to eat with a family. On this plan, a dieter would have 3 meal replacements plus a small 200 calorie meal that they would prepare themselves, or we do actually have some ready meals. And here's an example of one there, the chili and potato wedge. Both step 1 and step 2 are quite low carbohydrate plans and often induce a state of ketosis. If you're familiar with that term, you may well know that one of the benefits is that you likely won't feel hungry, and you might even get a surge of energy, which is a great benefit when you're dieting. In most cases, a dieter may lose around 10 to 12 pounds a month on this plan. Step 3, this is our 1000 calorie a day plan, which involves just 2 meal replacements and 600 calories from additional foods. And you can see on the slide, it's broken down there for you on how it's suggested that you would use those 600 calories. So 150 calories for breakfast and a salad, which is negligible calories for lunch, and 400 calorie dinner, plus a 200 ml allowance of skimmed milk. This is a great plan for those who are quite active or those are happy with a slightly slower rate of weight loss. All these plans are flexible, so if the diet is not a breakfast person, then it's absolutely okay to use those breakfast calories for lunch if that suits the dieter better. It is flexible. Although we've got the basic structure of the plans, we can tailor make them to the dieter's needs, their lifestyles and their preferences. That is what makes the one-to-one diet brilliant, and it's that one-to-one support element that helps us allows us to be able to do that and to tailor make it to the individual. So weight loss can vary hugely on this plan, but someone might expect to lose between 1 to 2 pounds a week on this plan. Step 4 is very similar to step 3, as in there's still the 2 products a day, but we've just got an extra 200 calories of conventional food, making it a 1200 calorie plan. As with step 3, weight loss varies, but a dieter might expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week on this plan. Step 5 is where we go down to just 1 product as a meal replacement. And there's going to be 1300 calories of conventional food, totaling 1500 calories a day. Most dieters would still be in a calorie deficit and should therefore not have any issue keeping off the weight that they've already lost. It can be daunting for a dieter that's been on the lower calorie plans to work up the steps and increase their calories, and quite often there's that fear that there's going to be a weight gain. Many dieters say that they can't believe how much they can actually eat when they're on step 4 and step 5, because actually when you eat clean foods, it is surprising how much you get for your calorie allowance. I'm afraid to tell you that alcohol isn't permitted on any of the plans. It's got no nutritional value. Dieters can sometimes feel a bit put off by this initially, but it rarely causes a problem once they see how quickly the weight starts to drop off. Step 6 is our long-term maintenance plan. Some dieters may continue to use 1 product long term quite often because they have a favorite that they just feel that they're not quite ready to give up. So we offer long-term support to ensure that the dieter has everything they need to hang on to their healthy new body. Dieters often ask me if they'll put the weight back on. And of course, it completely depends on what they go on to do after they've completed the programme with us. The steps are incredibly important in that they teach the dieter how to eat healthy, a healthy diet for life. And each of the steps should be followed for a minimum of 2 weeks per step, so that the body's got time to adjust to the additional calories and additional food groups, and also that the dieter can consolidate what they've learned from each step, because each step they're going to be introducing more food groups and looking at portion control and things such as that. So I've just talked quite a lot about our first P, which is the plans, but now I want to talk you through the products and the great range that we've got. So we do have a large, fantastic, very tasty, fully nutritious range of products, which is being added to all the time. So at the time of filming this, we've got 7 different flavoured shakes, 4 different flavoured soups, 4 smoothies, 11 bars, 4 porridges, and a selection of meals such as spaghetti bolognese and pesto pasta. We've also got some extras to make the process a little easier. So drinking water is incredibly important on this plan because it optimizes your weight loss whilst keeping you healthy, of course, as well. Some people, I'm aware, are not a big fan of water, so we've got some different water flavourings that can help, and also they can be used to make little jellies and sweets for those that are feeling a bit creative, which is quite nice because it's a kind of like an extra snack with negligible calories. We also have ready meals and fava bean snacks, which are suitable for step 2 and above, which is great if you're looking for something really convenient and perhaps a lazy weekend, something like that. So there are many diets out there, but we feel our diet is really unique because of the personalised one-to-one support that we offer. And that brings us on to our final P, which is the people, which is as in the consultant. So one-to-one support has been proven to help optimise effective weight loss, and we pride ourselves on the level of service that we give. On an initial consultation, we'd work with a dieter to understand their goals, lifestyles, and any medical issues, and of course their budget as well, to decide what plan best suits the individual for them to follow. So we'd just like to show you some examples of some slimmers who've been successful on the plan. So these are some examples of my clients. On the left-hand side, we've got the lovely Tracy, who lost 3 stone on the plan 4 years ago. I'm pleased to say she's done a fantastic job on maintaining, and she really does look that gorgeous. In the middle, we have Tony, who lost 7 stone in just 24 weeks in 2016. He now regularly goes to the gym and is very much into his health and fitness. The diet's completely changed his life, and in fact he's just recently gone on to have lost his 8th stone. And last but not least, on the right hand side, we've got Alison, who lost 5.5 stone in the first lockdown. She's now actually become a consultant herself, so she's out helping other people lose weight, and that's doing great for helping her with her own maintenance as well. She's transformed her whole life because of this diet. So 3 amazing transformations there, I'm sure you'll agree, and these are real people. And here we've got a few more. So you can see we've got a real selection of different weight losses. So whether it's somebody wanting to achieve maybe 10 pounds to drop a dress size to feel better for holidays and things like that, or whether it's somebody that really needs to make a real transformation to their life, you know, for health reasons or whatever, we can help all different people's needs. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the evidence. So the infographic we've got on the left-hand side is about a study that was conducted by Oxfordshire Hospitals in 2016. It compared the effectiveness of the one-to-one diet against the support of the practice nurse at the patient's local GP surgery. As the study was conducted in Oxfordshire, I was lucky enough to be involved, and I actually looked after 26 of the 138 candidates selected for the one-to-one diet. I'll just kind of show you the infographic a bit better. So we've got 278 patients were involved in the study. 148 of those, where's my mouse gone? 138 of those, sorry, were selected for the one-to-one diet, or Cambridge Weight Plan as it was known then, and 140, I've lost my mouse again, but on the little pink box you can see 140 were selected for support from the nurse. And the results, see if I can get my mouse, so here you can see that the difference in the results. So we've got 10.7 kilos was the average weight loss from those that were on the one-to-one diet. That's more than 1.5 stone if you're not familiar with kilos. And that's in comparison to 3.1 kilos, which is just under 0.5 stone. So you can see that the one-to-one diet did incredibly well at supporting people and helping them to achieve a fantastic weight loss. So Tony, who was the guy that lost 7 stone and just recently lost his 8th stone on the previous slide, he was one of the great success stories that came out of this study, actually. He was fortunate enough to be on the study, and it's really changed his life. On the right-hand side, that image shows some research that was conducted by the company around COVID-19. I'm sure you'll have heard on the news the higher risk of having coronavirus if you are overweight. I guess it's never really been more important to be healthy than it is right now. So I really hope that that was helpful and that you've got a better understanding of the diet, so you can decide whether it might be for you or somebody that you know. And as I said at the start, you know, if you've got any questions, you'd like to know a bit more, if you'd like to talk about prices, then feel free to get in touch and we can look at what plan would be most suitable for you, taking all those different things into consideration, your health, what you're hoping to achieve, or, you know, talking about what your personal goals are and your budget. We'll have a chat and we can go from there. Thanks for your time.